Check this out. Check this out. Pulse 95.
Ladies and gentlemen, we know the saying, work hard, play harder. I've lived my life accordingly to that. But in China, the roles have been reversed, or there's no roles to begin with. There's one role and one role only. Work hard, because kids in China are now restricted to just 3 hours of online gaming per week. Now, listen, I'm kind of with, the decision of the Chinese government.
I have a question.
Yes.
How many hours were you allowed to play online as a kid?
Till my dad beat me up.
Which was?
It depends. I mean, if I was
the amount of time you could run away.
if I was smart with it, I could do 14 hours.
Man, okay.
And lockdown's doing 17, so that's...
Lockdown, I mean, as a kid.
Yeah, as a kid, I would do 17, 18. Depends if there's any events going on in the gaming world. But I mean, 3 hours is nothing, by the way. A normal game of let's say, for example, Fortnite, right? If you're winning, it could take up to 40 minutes. So you'll be in for a game in like a quarter. But I mean, I'm with the Chinese government in a way, and I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, why. Because in China, they're very adamant and big on games. They like to game, right? Who doesn't like to game? And the best players in the world in any type of game are the Chinese players. True. Right? They spend a lot of time gaming. But at the same time, they do suffer from obesity in China. Obesity is a very big issue there. And, China recently, they just upped, the two-kid policy. I do believe you can have three... I think it was one kid, then two. Anyways, they have one extra kid on the way now for each family.
Okay.
But, Chinese gaming platforms, like our good friends Tencent and NetEase, must limit online gaming to minors just 3 hours per week. And that is following new rules imposed by regulators. And that was just yesterday. That announcement did come out. And the change is being made in response to growing concern over gaming addiction and a broader crackdown on China's tech giants. Now, Omnia, don't you feel like it's kind of weird how, China strives with tech giants? Tech giants contribute big, and they're major contributors to the Chinese economy.
Absolutely. To go back to the policy, yep, you're right. On the 31st of May of this year, China actually upped the policy to a three-child policy. 3 children, yes. Yeah. So imagine every child only gets 3 hours, and it's not a rule or a law that the Chinese government is giving to parents. It's
the regulators.
Yes, it's to the regulators, to the people behind the games. So every person will not be allowed to play more than 3 hours. So this is the new rule that's going to be implemented and imposed this week. And this change has actually been in the making, especially after the World Health Organization announced online gaming to become an addiction. And a lot of people have actually been worried about the impact of online gaming on these children. So I'm excited to see how this is going to be implemented.
It's going to backfire.
Why?
I'll tell you why. Because children under the age of 18 will now be restricted to 1 hour of gaming, just like we said.
Yep.
And it will be from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I don't know how the Chinese government didn't take into consideration that there will be an overload on servers, and there will be queue time, there will be waiting time.
True.
Now, for example, World of Warcraft, the game I play, or League of Legends, right? When there's an event going on, when there's a new expansion going on, and everyone in the whole entire world wants to play the game, game crashes, server problems, long queues to get into the game. So imagine a bunch of 12-year-old kids from 8 to 9 p.m. 3 days a week
that system.
On that system, whether whatever game they're playing, they're gonna have a tough time. Their wait time will probably be 10 to 15 minutes. That leaves them with 45 minutes of gaming. So they won't have much fun, and we'll see how that goes. Obviously, the regulators will try to compensate with that in a way. Maybe the wait time won't be considered from game time. I don't know.
Maybe. Regulators said that they're also going to be working with parents and different schools in China so that they can help combat that gaming addiction that's been growing, not just, I feel like, amongst Chinese youth, but all around the world. I'm sure every parent right now tuning into us, they'll probably be nodding their heads, maybe even getting ideas about limiting the gaming time to 3 hours per week. Because kids, I believe, in my opinion, they should be doing better things than spending hours online gaming. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like online gaming makes a child or even a grown-up more angry. There's so much pent-up anger. Every single time I see a kid playing online, they're always enraged.
Well, it depends on the personality, right? When I game, I get very angry, but I can say a passive-aggressive person in general.
But don't you feel like you get angrier when you're gaming?
When I was younger, yeah, I used to. But when I'm a man now, like I'm an adult, I can control my emotions, right? But I let my emotions fly when I'm gaming. But as soon as I end the game, I'm back to normal.
Okay.
Right? So, when I was gaming, I used to have that problem too. You get frustrated real quickly, obviously. But I mean, I have some friends that, nothing would happen. They'd lose a couple of games, like, they're cold-blooded.
True. With kids, maybe they bring out that anger.
No control of emotions.
True.
And, in general, that's how, an effective gaming can have. But we've seen very positive effects of gaming, right?
True.
A lot of kids became more attentive. They pay attention real quick reactions, motivated them to start programming, etc. The list goes on. So, a lot of people are with or are against. Let us know your guys' thoughts, 4215, do it at slot, or on our Instagram, at Pulse95 Radio. Are you with gaming or are you against it? And if you're a parent, do you let your child play freely or used to be like me? They would get slapped in the back of the neck.
If you liked this episode of Future Talk, drop a like and subscribe.
Pulse 95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.